absolutely. 2 points in that game allows us to leapfrog them on the Saturday. So 2 big points for us, and then 12 days off. So nothing left to save it for. We're just going to have to make sure that we come out, play 3 strong periods of hockey, and get these 2 crucial points.
They're a weird team to play against. They're all on the offense normally, so they play off our turnovers. They're not overly defensive, but when they get a chance to score, they normally score. So got to watch out for them.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was a bad start. It was more of a tentative start, and we were still maybe in Edinburgh Capitals mode from the night before, standing back, watching a little bit, being a little more cautious instead of taking the game like we should. But we adjusted in between the first and second, came out, and then they never scored another goal until they got that empty netter at the end, which shows we were ambitious. We went for it, and why go down there and you might as well go for broke, But didn't get a point out of there. Maybe possibly should have, but a pretty decent performance. But we're not happy with that because we didn't get any points out of it.
That first period, or not even first period, probably without that first 8 to 12 minutes, I think we'd have killed them. I mean, we dominated them, but just a couple mental errors and maybe a bad change, and then it was, before we knew it, I think 3-1 or something. So, but I think without the first 12 minutes, it would have been, we would have probably won the game. But it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, obviously we still got Danny out, but I think that it's good. We're going to turn it into a positive and continue to use him on the bench. I think he's a good stabilizing force back there. That gives him, this basically gives him 2 weeks to rest up. So hopefully by the end of 2 weeks he's feeling a lot better. We're not going to push him into the lineup, but we could use him back. We're keen to get him back, and if that'll give him a chance to heal up. And Jamie Wilson, he's still going to be missing on Saturday as well. I think that I've used him almost a little too much there in that run up to where he got hurt. And this time we said, look, we're not going to use you in the lineup till you're 100%. I don't want this to become a year-long issue. I think he was playing pretty good for us, and I think it's important that we have Jamie back in our lineup. So those are our 2 main injury issues right now.
I think it's going to be, even when Danny gets back, it's going to be good to see when we're all going. It's going to be a little different than before, so it'll be nice to see, especially when everyone's healthy after the break. Probably everyone will be back, so it'll be interesting to see what we can do.
Well, I think they haven't really changed since the start of the season. I think that we have to be careful not to lose touch with this team, and this is one of the reasons why we brought this import in. We want to compete night in, night out, and make sure that we can absorb any injuries and stuff like that. We still have to be ambitious and say that we want to reach the top of our division. I think that's attainable, but we really have to go on a good run, of win streaks and stuff like this, and may have to rely on other teams to start beating these guys and pick up some points from the teams down south, specifically when they come up to Kirkcaldy, because it's a difficult place to play. Judging success, I mean, obviously we want to make improvements from last year. That's successful, but we don't want to take just baby steps here. We crept into the league last year. We didn't dip our toe into it this year. We kind of went for it and ran into some injury problems and kind of a bad loss of form away from home. I think that, but if we turn that around, keep our current form that we have going at home, turn our road record around, I think we're looking at a very successful season. We'll be climbing the charts pretty quickly, Got the Challenge Cup coming up here, the quarterfinals. Going to be a difficult ask. It looks like it'll be something like Nottingham, so that's always going to be very difficult. But I mean, we're in the quarters, and anything can happen in a 2-game series. We have our division, which we'll be fighting for. We're kind of mired down in the 4th place in that right now, but there's teams with games in hand and stuff like that, so there's a long ways to go in that. And then, there's always the goal of making the playoffs, which is a big one for us, and I think that's a very attainable goal. But the higher up the charts we get, the easier draw you get, so that's certainly what we're shooting for.
Well, I mean, I want to win everything. Anything that we can win, I want to win it, and I always want to be the best, so I mean, I want to win all of it. It's going to be really difficult, but nothing's impossible. We got a team here that can do it, so see how it goes.